and he's in heaven. And as he's standing at the pearly gates of heaven, he notices a wall of clocks behind St. Peter. And he says to St. Peter, "What are all those clocks behind you?" And St. Peter says, "They're called lie clocks. Whenever somebody tells a lie, its hand will move forwards." Whose is that clock over there? "That's Mother Teresa's clock. Its hands have never moved." "Wow," says the man. "Well, whose is that clock over there?" And St. Peter says, "That's Abraham Lincoln's clock. Its hands have only ever moved twice." "Wow. Well, where's Boris Johnson's clock?" And St. Peter replies, "We're using it as a ceiling fan." A man dies and he's in heaven. How many knees do men have? 3. The left knee, the right knee, and the weenie. Those men who say, "Why buy a cow when you can get the milk free?" Well, here's an update for you. Nowadays, 80% of women are against marriage. Why? Women have realised, why buy the entire pig? Just to get a little sausage? For those men particularly rough, think to yourself, did I shit my pants today? If the answer's no, then you're doing okay. When things feel to be nice to people who have access to your toothbrush, always remember to be nice to people who have access to your toothbrush. Told me she wouldn't eat a beef tongue because it came out of a cow's mouth. So I gave her an egg instead. My friend asked me why I didn't blink during foreplay. I said I didn't have time. And because it means they've gotten used to life's disappointments, which means they're ready for me. I like older men. Job helping out a one-armed typist whenever she wants to use capital letters. Egyptian guy name his vehicle recovery business. Camel toe. Bath, and there was a knock on the bathroom door. The nun goes, "Who is it?" "It's the blind man," came the reply. "Can I come in?" The nun thinks and goes, "The blind man? Yes, yeah, come in." And he walks in and he goes, "Ooh, nice tits. Where do you want me to hang the blind?" This nun, I was watching 4 men carrying a coffin round and round and round. 3 hours later, I saw the same men carrying the same coffin and I thought to myself, they've lost the fucking plot. In walking. And the first nun said, "You will never believe what I discovered." And the second nun said, intrigued, "Why? What have you discovered?" She said, "I found a phone in the priest's room." And the second nun said, "That's nothing." And the first nun said, "Why? What have you found?" And the second nun said, "I found a box of condoms in his drawer." And the first nun said, "What did you do with them?" And the second nun pridefully said, "I stuck holes in each and every one of them." And the third nun goes, "Ah, shit." 3 nuns are talking. Adam and Eve do on their first date. They shared a side of ribs. What Titian? I would so tie the shoelaces together of the dead, because if there ever was a zombie apocalypse, it'd be hilarious. Born that was so advanced that he could talk. He looked around the delivery room and he saw the doctor. He said, "Are you my doctor?" "Yes, I am," said the doctor. "Well, thank you very much for taking such good care of me during delivery." He looked at his mother. "Are you my mother?" "Yes, I am," she said. And he said, "Well, thank you so much for taking such good care of me before my birth." And he looked at his father and he said, "Are you my father?" "Yes, I am," the father said. The baby then beckons his dad forward. And as he does, the baby gets his index finger and pokes him repeatedly on the forehead and said, "Hurts, doesn't it?" A baby was born the other day. I could be referring to any time between yesterday and 15 years ago. When I lose a sock in the dryer, it comes back as a Tupperware lid that doesn't fit any of your containers. Remember, if you lose who sings songs about sewing machines. He's a singer, songwriter. Was standing at the side of the road holding a sign that read, "You are heading down a dark and dangerous path. Turn back before it's too late." The next busy driver that comes hurtling by sees the sign, shows him the finger, and carries on driving around the curve. The next thing, a crash is heard, and one nun turns to the other and says, "Do you think we should just write, 'Attention, the bridge is demolished'?" Two budgie that's been run over by a lawnmower. Shredded tweet. What do you call a budgie that's been run over by a lawnmower? Shredded tweet. What? And one nun went to the other, "Where's the soap?" And the other nun said, "It does, doesn't it?" Two nuns were in the bath. And when you do squats, are your knees supposed to sound like a goat eating an aluminium can stuffed with celery? When you do squats, sometimes someone comes into your life out of nowhere. They make your heart race and your life changes forever. My luck is just like a bald guy who's won a comb. My luck is just like a bald guy. A boy was born without a body, without arms and legs. In fact, he was just a head, but his dad loved him anyway. On his 18th birthday, the dad took him to get his first pint. The dad gave him a sip of his first pint and whoosh, out popped his torso. The dad was amazed, as was the young son. So the dad gave him another sip and whoosh, out popped his arms. So the boy took the pint, had another sip and whoosh, out popped some legs. The boy was so excited, he got up, ran out into the road and bang, got hit by a truck and was killed instantly. The barman then turned and said, "That boy should have just quit when he was ahead." 3 nuns are killed and St. Peter is waiting for them at the gates of heaven. When he met the nuns, he said, "I'm afraid you're going to have to answer a question each before you can enter." So he went to the first nun. He said, "Can you tell me the name of the first lady on earth?" And she went, "Eve." He said, "Correct, you may enter." He said to the second nun, "And can I ask you, where did Eve live?" And the second nun said, "Oh, the Garden of Eden." And he goes, "Correct, you may enter." He went to the third nun. "Right, your question's got to be slightly harder because you are Mother Superior." And he said, "Can you tell me, what did Eve say to Adam when she first met him?" And Mother Superior went, "Ooh, that's a hard one." He said, "Correct, you're in."
Hi all.
85% of married life consists of shouting "what" over the other side of the house. I received an invitation for a wedding and I replied, "No thank you, maybe next time." Here I sit all broken hearted. I went for a shit and only farted. Here I sit all broken hearted. If alcohol can damage your short-term memory, just imagine what alcohol can do. If alcohol, working in a bank is such an ungrateful job. I remember a lady coming up to me and she asked me to check her balance. So I pushed her over and they fired me. I didn't sleep very well last night. So this morning I mixed Monster energy drinks with me coffee. I was halfway to bingo when I realised I'd forgotten my car. I didn't sleep very well. My kids laugh because they think I'm crazy. I laugh because they don't know it's hereditary. If I was a plastic surgeon, I would 100% put a squeaky toy in each breast implant. If I was a what do you call 2 friends who like doing math? Algebros.
Chimney.
Have you smelt mothballs? You have? Well, how the hell did you fit your nose in between their tiny little legs? Have you smelt? I read a book on helium. I couldn't put it down. I read a farmer had 396 cows in his field, but when he rounded them up, he had 400. A farmer had 396 cows. A man kills a deer and brings it home for dinner. The man and his wife decide not to tell the children what they're eating, but the dad gives the children a clue. It's what Mummy calls Daddy. The little girl screams to her brother, "Don't eat it! It's an asshole!" A man, I hate spelling errors. You mix two letters up and your whole post is ruined. I hate spelling errors. You mix two letters up and your whole post is ruined. I hate spelling errors.